Islam, everyone. Islam, everyone. Assalamu
Islam.
Be the maker.
Islam, great brother.
Man, another
Islam.
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 Good grand rising. Glad to see you, brother.
yes.
Islam.
Guys. Roll call, roll call. The eighth class. Roll call.
I
Islam.
love Islam. I love the work that you guys are doing
Thank you. Thank you.
because you know what? If you could just clarify some things with our people about dual citizenship.
We're gonna get into you talk that's a jurisdictional issue.
Yeah, it's a jurisdictional because a lot of our people don't understand.
We're gonna
You
do roll
can
call
do
right
both
now.
if
We're gonna
you
do roll
know
call right
how.
now. All right, roll call.
Islam. Tazarna Kiribay. Melodium Peru, Mauritania, Provincia, Colorado Territory.
Islam.
Islam. Maria Demaya Bay, Elodium Haru, Mauritania, Provinciae, Colorado Territory. Islam tribe.
Islam. Vernon Bay. Khalifa.
Sonali Bay, Louisiana Territory.
Islam.
Yashua
Jadon.
Islam.
Islam.
Jadon Eel.
Colossal Moroccan Empire.
Islam.
Latrice Bay.
Jadon Eel. You guys, sis.
Latrice Bay, Florida Territory. Islam.
Islam.
Islam, Amori Il Bay, PD of Morocco.
Islam.
Malik Zai Bay. Elodio Haru.
Stadium, Monte, Colorado.
Mauritania.
Islam.
Colorado political jurisdiction.
Islam. Torque Flowers Bay, the area of known as Virginia.
Islam. Political jurisdiction. Not area. Not area. Virginia is not an area. It's a political jurisdiction.
Islam.
Jadon Eel.
Jurisdiction.
All right.
In Virginia.
Jadon Eel domiciling in Morocco, where the political jurisdiction of San Jose, California operates.
Elodium Moorish, Palladium, Ante, Colorado, jurisdiction, Colorado.
Islam. Dupa Noble Bay, Khalifa.
Islam. Jurisdiction, Morocco. I'll just for that one say jurisdiction is not Colorado. Jurisdiction is Morocco.
Gerald Bay, Texas, Morocco.
Islam, Mariah and Anthony Harper Bay, we domicile in Morocco, where the political jurisdiction of Chicago, Illinois operates.
All right, there we go. There we go. Rise up, raise our consciousness. Raise our consciousness. Understand?
Brian DeMar Bay, domiciling in Morocco, where the political jurisdiction of Michigan operates.
All right. British zone. That's a British Dominion. Part of the British Dominion. Jurisdiction. All right. Next.
Melanick Turner Lawrence Bay, Macon, Georgia, Republic.
Islam.
Islam.
Was that? All right. Well, you're in Morocco, where the British zone, Michigan, which is part of the British zone, operates. All right. So you're in Morocco. All right. If you're in your body politic is in Morocco. That is the jurisdiction. Your body politic is not in Michigan or Florida or Atlanta, whatever. Your body politic, your Moorish body politic is in Morocco. All right. Morocco has original jurisdiction. Your body politic operates in Morocco. Your body politic does not operate in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Your Moorish body politic does not operate that. So we have to understand jurisdiction. All right. So we're going to be, so republic is a form of government. All right. Now, according to the United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4 of the United States Constitution, Constitution guarantees a republican form of government in all the states. The states cannot operate as democracies. The Constitution does not allow that. The United States Constitution does not allow the states to operate, the colonial states in the British zone to operate as democracy. The full Constitution only allows or guarantees a republican form of government. They're not operating as such. We just have to speaking, just talking the language, just speaking the language. Talking about, I'm just reading the four corners. All right, Article 4 is Section 4. What's that? Well, no, that would be correct because the saying Delaware Republic is correct because according to the Constitution only guarantees a republican form of government. They cannot operate. We know what they're operating as. I'm just talking what they're bound to. Oh, no, they're not in Delaware Republic. So right, where we say where the Georgia Republic operates, that's correct. But when you say you're not in Georgia Republic. You're not in Michigan Republic. You're not in Florida Republic. You're not in South Carolina Republic. You're in Morocco. Florida Republic is in the British zone. Delaware Republic is in the British zone. The North Carolina Republic operates in the British zone. It's part of the British Dominion. But you're in Morocco. So we're talking land and jurisdiction. All right, we're talking land and jurisdiction as well. So we're talking two folds: the physical land as well as jurisdiction. If you're at your job in the British zone, at your job in the British zone, mother, you're wrapped in mother at your job. I don't care what job it is. Mother is wrapped, you're wrapped in mother. At your job, you're wrapped in mother, which means, plain Abdullah, no problem. The Moorish treaties protect you, not the United States Constitution. At your job, the Moorish treaties protect you. Your mother is with you at your job in the British zones. Not the United States Constitution, your mother. The Moorish treaties protect you at your job. This is what we got to get to. This is what we're facilitating. We're facilitating this consciousness and the structure to accommodate it. The political structure because the political structure starts here in the mind. So from the mind, you draft, you speak what's in your mind. Morocco has the original jurisdiction in the British zone, which includes the United States. That's the British zone. So we'll say this about 1,000 times. We'll say this about 1,000 times in the next 3 or 4 months. All right? I get it. We have to come to understand with various lessons on Saturday classes, Wednesday classes, we have to come to know that Morocco has original jurisdiction in civil and criminal matters and any issues in the British zone. The treaties protect you. This is why we are facilitating political structure so that we can enforce the treaties. The Albions dismantled our mind so they can use us as sureties. So once again, I said I did this about 4 weeks ago. She's mute right now. She's mute. So these classes, as well as Saturday classes, is designed to unmute her. She's mute now. Let's unmute her. We have to unmute her so she can speak. We speak through political structure. We must speak through political structure. As I did the class on Saturday, you saw 300 years of political activity, 300 years of treaties. We got to get back to that, where mother is speaking through diplomacy. Mother is speaking through Moorish government, Moorish elected Moorish government officials. Mother is speaking with a permanent population of voters that elect Moorish government speakers. That's mother speaks like through that channel. Mother does not speak through self-appointment. I'm consular general, self-appointed. Grand Sheik, self-appointed. Prime Minister, self-appointed. Emperor, self-appointed. Emir, self-appointed. Queen, self-appointed. Mother, the world can't hear you. The world can't hear you. You're violating a fundamental principle of political legitimacy. You would not be honored. You're violating, meaning we must show honor among ourselves. How are you going to expect the world to honor and respect us when we are showing the world that we're not honoring, respecting ourselves? And you do that through political legitimacy, a constitution, a population of voters. So that's what we're going to deal with tonight. So I'm going to get into the prayer, the Majlis rules, and we're going to have let's talk. All right? We decided we've had 5 classes and 2 reviews. We decided let's talk and see where you are in your political structure. See where you are in your population of voters. All right? See what successes you've had. Those of you who've had success stories, share it with us. We'll put points on the board. All right? We must build a population of voters. If you have a study group, start with your study group and facilitate a population of people. So you're going to move from a study group to a Moorish provincial government. All right? So I'm going to get into the prayer. Wampum number 7, Iroquois Confederate Constitution. Offer thanks to the earth where humanity dwell, to the streams of water. I love this. I love this. Let me stop here. I want y'all to really let this sink in. Just let it sink in. Your pineal gland. See it. Pineal gland. Nature. See nature. See the culture coming out. Offer thanks to the earth. To the earth. Thanks to the earth. Where humanity dwell. To the streams of water. The pools. The springs and the lakes. To the maize. That's the corn maize. And the fruits. To the medicinal herbs for healing. And trees. To the forest trees for their usefulness. To the animals that serve as food and give their pelts for clothing. To the great winds and the lesser winds. To the thunders. To the sun. The mighty warrior. To the moon. To the messengers of the Creator, the stars. We mentioned last week how the stars are messengers. angel. All right. Who to the messengers of the creator. So we need to be very clear what that means. Messengers, they're stars. Who reveal his wishes, and to the great creator who dwells in the heavens above, who gives all the things useful to men, and who is the source and the ruler, the source and the ruler of health and life. That is an acknowledgement of our divine connection with nature. We got to come back to her. We have to come back to respecting her, honoring her, appreciating her, hugging her. That's Wampum 7, Iroquois Confederate Constitution. Modulates rules. No recording online. Zoom. Keep mic muted during meeting until your selected time to speak during Q&A. Hold all questions until Q&A and section. Zoom. Select raise hand button. 5 minutes or less per question. Minimum communication in the chat to allow for participants to focus on the presentation. All right, so as I said before, we're going to have Let's Talk. Let's talk tonight. We're going to see where we are, because without a permanent population of people as voters, don't talk Constitution. Don't talk government. What are you talking? We need a population of people as voters. We need a population. We've had this self-appointment we've never seen. Moors, those who know their Moors have taught Moors through action about political illegitimacy. Not Albions, not Albions. We did not learn self-appointment through Albions. We did not. You would have this. If you say we did, I'll close my mouth. And I want you to give me, in any schools, Masonic orders, Eastern Star orders, Daughter ISIS, any association, any national association, health association, any glee clubs, any Boy Scouts, any Girl Scouts. All right. Show me where there's self-appointment. Or movies, as Amart said, popular and movies. Show me where self-appointment. So where do Moors learn that from? How did that start with self-appointment? Where did Moors learn self-appointment? I'm self-appointment. I'm prime minister, self-appointment. With no population of voters. With no population of voters. No constitution. How you this office and you have no population and no constitution? The office exists in the Constitution. Without the Constitution, the office doesn't exist. No office exists in public government. No office exists without a constitution. We must show the world we understand government. If someone, I don't care who they are, claims to have an office and there's no constitution that exists, they are a fraud. You what? You are consul general? Oh, so let me go to your constitution. Constitution, what's that? You said, what's that? You said you consul general. You say you're a consul. Ask you for your constitution. I mean, there was a population. You got a population of people as voters that voted for a head of state. The head of state appointed our head of state appointed a minister of foreign affairs. The legislative body of the government legislated into law ministries or departments. The head of state elected by a population of people, of voters, because that's what you're saying. We got to understand when a Moor claims to be a consul, prime minister, consul general, they're claiming that this process is already in place. If it's not in place, they're not that. It's not that. They're saying that doesn't make them that. Political legitimacy, a population of people as voters, as the sovereignty belongs to the people, makes them that. Without that, that's a political, we must come to understand this. We must come to understand government. We need a population.
Yes.
We've been, for 27 and a half years, Abdullah Bey has been seeing political illegitimacy among those who say they are Moors. Of course, they Moors, they didn't say they're Moors, but those who know they're Moors. Political illegitimacy upon for 27 and a half years. Abdullah Bey ain't seen no elections. Or you'll have this. 10 people get together, 10 Moors get together, right? And those 10 Moors claim the sovereign authority of the entire Moroccan Empire. 10 Moors claiming the sovereign authority that belongs to the millions of our people. You're claiming the sovereign authority that belongs to the millions of our people. 10 people. You the what? Moorish Federal National what? You the Moorish National Federal what? You the Moorish National Federal what? No population. That's political illegitimacy. We're a joke. So let's talk. All right. So political legitimacy. All right, where are we with our population? What we're going to do, we're going to open it up. Any challenges you may have, any success stories. How have you been able to reach out to the community? Let's hear from you. Open the mics up. Let's hear. James Weeks Bay. All right. What we want to hear, James, is what you have been doing to facilitate a population of people as voters. What you have been doing, or any challenges you may have come across. All right, share with us so that we all can learn. Go ahead, James.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Oh, great. At the time when the Moorish Consulate was up, I was actually one of the candidates, but on this end, only thing I've been doing is basically giving people the little bit of history that I have on the far as study groups at first and foremost. But I was met with a lot of opposition as well.
No, I'm going to be clear. You said you have a study group.
Yes.
All right. How were you able to start your study group? What did you do to start your study group?
It actually started as a dinner. Pretty much I invited them and they came to the dinner. And after the dinner, we actually got into the conversation why we're doing what we're doing in hopes to build.
All right. So you said dinner. Dinner at your house?
Yes, one of the fellow brothers' houses. We
Right.
all gathered there. And barbershops as well. I did that as well.
Barbershops? Oh, that's a good day. All right. Is that spelled right, Tamara? Barbershops? Beauty shops? See, this is good. This is good. Because that's so you have, sisters who go to beauty shops. All right. So we looking at Tamara suggested a brochure. Take the brochure to a barber shop, the beauty shop where you go. Your nailery. Post it on the wall. Post them or go. So we go to poster my wall.com. To create all marketing content. I might want to look that up now. Postermywall.com to create all marketing content. Brochures are great. You would have on your brochure. What were some of the things we could have on a brochure? Flyers, brochures. Brochures would have informational brochure about us. Let's go. So let's put brochure. All right, let's do brochure. What are some of the things? All right, so about us. About us section, always about us section. They want to know, so people can read, about us, how to contact info. It'd be website, Facebook, our website, email, website. You want to be able to generate a registry. When we had the meet and greet, not the meet and greet, when we had the grand opening, we also did the meet and greet, but on the grand opening, Tamara created the registry page, and we had the tablets. Like people weren't physically signing in. We passed around the tablet. We had over 100 people here. And they just put in, and then people online. What were we doing? It's building a registry. All right. Spell that. ZOHO.com. Create registry forms, right? This is important. This is why we're doing this. We need to take time in doing this because I said we can't continue to teach. We have to stop. They have to build a permanent population. This can't be minimized. Male, chimp, that's 2 words. Yes. That right? All right, email, campaign. Amar, take a picture of this.
One can build a registry through
Yeah, go ahead,
Zoho.
Tamara.
You can
This
on
is
Zoho
her thing.
when you sign up for Zoho, you can
It's her
create
thing.
all different type of forms to where you can set up forums where people can just submit their information, their contact information. We can always have it. Um, Email is the best way to be able to communicate with people. You want them, just try to obtain as little as information as possible. Typically, when I want to capture just email only, I just have them put in their first name, first, last, email, telephone number optional. I make that optional because you want to make the email mandatory. So that way, once you're capturing the email, you will, anytime you want to send out massive emails to anyone, you have to utilize a service such as MailChimp, because you can't do it on a lot of these email servers, because they have what you call that spam, what can be spam blocker. But once you pull the data in from Zoho, you can easily move it over to your MailChimp, and then it will show that you capture the information by their own will. They submitted their emails to you to be able to opt in or opt out at their will. So Zoho is a great Zoho to create forms, to create registry forms, any type of form you want to capture information. MailChimp is great email campaign registry. All this information can also be connected to your website when you build your website, because they have back end, those languages that connect to it. Poster My Wall. I like Poster My Wall better than Canva. Now put Canva under Poster My Wall, Canva. Canva is also, yeah. It's okay. It's not the best. Canva.com. It's okay. Now, if you want to spend finances and get a little jiggy with it and hire someone out of India to create, like we had the commercial, we had the 55-second commercial, the cartoon commercial. You can always go to Fiverr, Fiverr, and you can get a lot of things created for a little Fiverr.com. Yes, .com. You can get, they have a lot of animated things, so you can get jiggy. Some of the stuff is very inexpensive. Logos, animation, things of that nature. They can even create websites or whatever. So basic websites. So you don't have to limit yourself to how can I, find someone. They'll create a basic website for little to nothing. 5-page website for you, have it up and running.
This is what they need. I'm saying this is type
now I know a lot of people like GoDaddy. I'm not a big GoDaddy fan. Their prices could be a little high if you're looking to purchase your domain. I typically use Namecheap. That's it. I use for domain purchasing or either website. We use Namecheap, Name
N
A
A
M E
M E
C
C H
EAP.
EAP. All right.
Namecheap.com.
.com.
Yeah, they have really good prices. Check them out on that.
This is
so
what they need.
When you buy your
This is what they
website
need.
or your domain,
2 R's.
it's 2 R's. Okay.
1 E, 2 R's.
1 E, 2 R. Sorry.
All right. Thank you, Amart.
Thank you, Mike. So these are some really good options you can utilize. Imagery is everything. Imagery is everything, especially when it comes to marketing. Let me tell you, these are some very, very inexpensive ways to get it going and popping. You'll be looking very professional, not looking crazy out there, because with people, they like to see things flashy, dancing, and when you have these things in place, it really helps the conversation and be a lot smoother. So like Posting My Wall, you don't have to sign up, you don't have to pay for it. You can build it out, and if you want it, you only pay, like if you want that particular one, it costs like $2.95 just to download it or something like that. Like $2.95, or depending on which one you pick. I think the most I've ever paid for something on Posting My Wall is like $3.55. So very inexpensive. Posters you can build, and then once you build it, you can print it wherever. It'll send you a PDF form, JPEG, however you want it to be downloaded. So whatever pixelation, if you want a high resolution and all that. So very inexpensive way. So those are some things that we utilize in-house. So just wanted to share that with everyone.
All right, make sure we got this down, everyone. This is very important. These are very good strategies to help facilitate a permanent population. You need a face, a presence in the community. All right, and this is a good way because it when you go out to the barber shops or supermarkets or a nailery or beauty shops, in other areas, you'll have your brochures and other materials that are beautifully designed and great graphic work and you have that it's attractive and it shows professionalism. All right, it shows that you're organized, that you're together, you got your act together. Any questions on what we have on the board? Anything that you need Tamara to elaborate on regarding what we have here on the board? And someone has question? Let's dialogue then. All right. No questions? Let's dialogue. Next, anyone else who somebody posted a question? Let's do that.
Is it Amar L? Hold on. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. Amari L.
Amari Ill. Are you already? You got the
Okay.
mic.
What is your stance on dress attire as far as turbans and fezzes when approaching people in a community?
Well, the turban and fezzes are a culture, but you're asking me in approaching people in the community. Well, because Moors have not had a presence in the community, this is all over our land. You have Moors who don't know they're Moors, are unfamiliar. And if they are familiar with the fez, they may be familiar with from a Masonic order, their uncle or father or brother, you know, was in the order, so they may think you're a Mason in the lodge. All right, so you're gonna get that if those who have family members or kinfolks who are in the order, all right, or Eastern Star orders who also wear fezzes. Right, as Tamara said, the turban and fezzes don't make you a Moor, but your question is what is my stance on that? And we need to we need a presence in the community. Whether you're having a tarboose on or no tarboose or fez on, all right, just you know, having a presence in the community cleanup. Clean up a certain maybe a empty a lot, the dirty lot, the area. All right, but definitely this type of structure is very important, and we have on the board. If you were to wear your fez turban or fez doing and you have a T-shirt on, create have T-shirts and you do your community out, community cleanup. They'll people come walk by, walker-buyers, by standards. You have people who walk by or people in a car will see the turban and fezzes. They'll see a presence. See, we are on our phone or just doing social media. We have to get out. We got to we may have a visible presence. Being on a computer is not a visible presence in your community, on your block. That's not a visible presence. You need to establish a visible presence in the community. I love this because this has not been done as far as strategy, a nation. When I said this to Tamara 2 years ago, I said, Tamara, we need to facilitate a nationwide strategy to reach out to the communities. mean, this is very important. Let's talk. Comments, criticism,
Islam.
concerns, any success stories, any challenges you may have had. Yes, Islam.
Yeah, one of the challenges that I've seen,
Got this
I've
right.
experienced out here is the fact that a lot of people are basically saying that they already have a body politic. They're saying that these things are already done. I think one of the suggestions that I think we should do that I'm and my study group is doing is we're creating a flyer that breaks down the standard of what makes political legitimacy amongst your body. So that's one of the suggestions that I would wanted to enter in.
Can, you was fading out, man. It's so important. Can you say that one more again? That last part, man. It's so good, man. It's music to my ear. Say
I
it
was
again.
just,
Please
I
say it
was just,
again. That's
I was,
DuPont, right? No, no, that's not DuPont. That's Vernon. That's Vernon. Vernon. Yes.
right. Like I said, the challenges that we've been facing is a lot of people are saying that we already got these things that we're facilitating. The United West Republic and the caucus are facilitating. They say we already got it. So what I want to do is create a flyer breaking down what makes your body politically legitimate and what based on international law, based in pursuant to treaties and stuff. So I want to actually put together. We are putting together a flyer like that. So that's what I wanted to bring to the
Now
table.
let me comment on that, Vernon. Well, when you said a lot of people are saying that they already have that, well, yes, but we're talking about those who don't know they're Moors. So those who don't know they're Moors don't have don't don't have that. So it says I'm talking about those who don't know they're Moors, because that's also the target is also those who don't know they're Moors. It's not just those who know they're Moors. So those who don't know they're Moors don't have that. I just thought so that's, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about those who know they're Moors. So we got it. We
Right.
got it. Go ahead, Vernon.
Right. No, you're right. I'm talking to interacting with other brothers that are proclaimed and declared Moors. Um, that has been a challenge, but yeah, we need to come up with a strategy to deal with across the board brothers and sisters who. Um,
All right, so let's look at your situation, your challenge, Vernon. Let me feel, Vernon. Now those who you're saying what you want to do is facilitate unity among those who are conscious. Those who you said they already have it. All right.
yes.
How would you facilitate connecting? Amar's gonna share his story. All right, that he experienced on Saturday. Go ahead, Amar. It was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I know what Tamara was talking about. 'Cause I told Tamara.
Islam. Yeah, Saturday after class, it was me and Akeem was riding through the city, not far away from headquarters, and it was funny because we was having a conversation and I mentioned Hebrew Israelites, and literally like 20 seconds down the road, we see them on the sidewalk. You know, they got the stuff laid out, somebody reading out of the good book, camera, all that. So he was like, "Yo, you want to double back around, spin the block, go back around, run up on them, see what's going on." So that's what we did. Um, so they were kind of all lined up, but it was an elder to the side. He's like, "No, go take somebody to the side. Go over to him and talk to him." So I went to the elder, and I just started talking to him like, "What's going on?" I let him tell me what was going on with them. So he started to talk about how often they was out there, since springtime started, and they was looking to find a location start a school and everything. I'm like, oh, we you know where Vanderveer Ave at? We right over there, 602. Come through. Matter of fact, today we cooking. Come through today. So eventually I ended up giving them the flyer for today's class, Wednesday night class.
Yep.
I think I gave them a flyer for the classes that we have on Saturday. And I gave them the link to the website. And I explained to him, like, he asked me a question. So I'm like, do I know I'm an Israelite or something like that? I'm like, yeah, I know. We share a bloodline. We share genetics. I know that. So it's no fight between us. We all in it together. And then I also broke down to him that we're trying to, when he's explained that he's looking for a location and a school, I broke down that, well, what we're trying to facilitate is locally where the people are at across the nation from coast to coast is setting up their own government structures where they're at, so we can govern ourselves. And you can be what you want to be. We're not necessarily trying to change y'all, but coming together under our shared bloodline and genetics and showing some political legitimacy by having these structures and doing it the proper way.
He got the guy. Ahmad got the eldest number. They exchanged numbers.
Right. So yeah, I got his contact information. I guess that's
yes
a good part to put in there. I got his contact
you
information.
text him the flyer.
Right, and then I sent him the flyers and the link.
Yes.
So now we kind of have an open line for communication moving forward.
Excellent. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you. Any stories like that? Any stories? How you reaching out to the communities? Like I said, barbershops, beauty salons, naileries, supermarkets. Anyone else? Let's talk. Can we talk?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Islam, I don't mean to funk up the air with negativity, but
No, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't no, say no. Say what you have to say, but don't preface it by saying I don't mean to funk it up with negativity. Any comments? Any
absolutely.
Comments? It's positive. No, I'm saying that's called constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is not negative.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So any stories you may have to set, any stories you may deem as negative stories, what we can learn from lessons from that. All right. Please share. Please. Thank you.
I domicile in the territory of Colorado, and the challenges I'm facing, what I first thought were dirty Moors, is we seem to be central to this whole planter technology thing. So the federal presence and the opposition and interference is heavy out here. So they're in all of my devices. They're at my door, like everywhere I'm going, it's surveilled. I think we might be a test population with some of this location planting stuff. Like there's a heavy military presence going on where they can fake voices and the technology. It's deep. So any attempt that are in my email, any attempt that I tried to do to reach out to anybody has been intercepted by from the top level. I'm thinking military to their hires in the community, which is much everybody. So any Moors that I thought I had camaraderie with somehow have been compromised. I think at this point, like, I had to step back for a second, and a lot of them are doing it out of fear or just sheer survival, because there are a lot of people who have lost their homes out here. There's this population out here is not very melanin friendly, to put lightly. So pretty much we're an outsourced doc for everybody else except for ourselves, except for the Moors and the natives that have been here. And it's a weird. It's weird because anyone that I come across.
The Moors are the natives. The Moors are the natives.
Yes.
Because they're Moors and the natives the Moors are the natives that's been there. Go ahead.
so yes, everyone seems to have been displaced from their homes. I started out trying to help with that, but yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation right now. I'm on public housing, but it's just really strange trying to get through to anybody genuine, because whatever kind of, and it's a heavy Catholic community, so that's a very clear force to be like, I feel distraught at this point because I can't even have a conversation with anybody without 5 minutes later it's going left and they're revealing themselves to be compromised.
Tamara,
literally all day, every day, everybody that I
it's funny as she's talking, the only person that come to my mind as she's talking, let's do what Garvey did, let's hit the streets, because Garvey, even though his message was, I never got with that back to Africa message. I'm just going to be honest with you. I never got with that. Never understood it. But however, when you look at the model, Garvey did not have, there wasn't Facebook back then. There wasn't any social presence, emailing, any of that going on during that time period. And they were able to amass one of the largest grassroots movement of bringing our people together. So sometimes if it take to abandon social media and come together one by one in the streets and meet up personally, set a time period, take it from virtual to physical, and commit to that physical. Remember they used to have what you call meetups when you was looking for a hot date. Remember that, Abdullah? They used to have meetups. Create the meetups where it's now become physical. Create the meetup group where you commit to a date and time and location for your physical meetup, and then strategize, put everything on paper, in person, one to another, and then make sure that one person is able to invite, someone else. Make sure that each meetup, someone is inviting someone else to the meetup. I was talking to Abdullah today, and I said, we're gonna have to get really creative in the campaign, because one of the things our people are, we're being crushed, we're struggling, a lot of things going on. I said, well, we got to prick a certain something to prick their eyes. I said, even I was watching what's called the Underground Railroad. I was watching that the other day, and it was just interesting to me. When you have an open mind, you see the program, and it's so weird when you can actually see the program. And I said, wow, our people are still not even going to see the usurpation and the beat down. Even with this being shown, they'll just look at it as it's a celebration time. Let's celebrate Juneteenth. Wow, we're free. So they'll do that. They'll make it a party instead of bullshit again. So go from the social to the physical. So as you were talking, the only person kept popping up in my mind was Garvey. I think Garvey that was an example. That was a wonderful example. And another example too was Malcolm X. He did a wonderful job with that as well, considering the climax of what he was going through, the way he was coming out of. He was able to build off even from that. He was still able to build from that. So I would say get physical. That's what we talk about, building a permanent population. Let's get physical. Let's take it physical, because the meetups will be great. I think that's something you should add to the board as well. Meetups, create meetups. A lot of these facilities have gotten hit hard, and they need additional capital to help them to even stay afloat. So try to find some of these churches that they're willing to rent out a space once a week. Then you have a meetup space for that, or could be a facility to have an empty room and you can rent that out every other week or something of that nature, as opposed to trying to find a building to just right off the bat. True. Find a location that's look for the struggle. Look for the struggle. Look for, and then have that as a meetup location, since a lot of these coffee shops or things that, or now it seems like that they're taking the shackles off the, the gate, and a lot of the sheep's gonna be running loose, starting, so they're taking the shackles off. So hit the parks, meet up in the park at the pergolas and things of that nature, so those can be great meetups. Walking meetup, we got to get this COVID weight off us, create some walking meetups. So that's the only thing that just keep coming to my mind. Let's meet up. If you're having problems and you feel like your things will be, I know they're monitoring me, because I put something on just a comment on somebody's site, and I got knocked off Facebook. So if people wonder where I was at, I got knocked off Facebook for 24 hours just for saying that the Black Christian people do not read, and I got knocked off. So I know they're monitoring me. So which is fine. So that's why I said we got to meet up. Let's meet up. Let's meet up. Let's meet up.
Islam, I respect and I totally absorb what you're saying, but I don't think you guys understand the weight of what I'm saying, how infiltrated and compromised it is out here in these Denver streets. Like, it's everybody everywhere is a hired head. Like, I'm surrounded.
We got that, but you're not going to catch them all.
Yeah, we got that.
You got
We
that.
understand what you're saying.
You. It's like, okay. I remember when I started my consulting business, and my affirmation that I coined to myself every morning, I'm looking for the person that's looking for me. So I'm looking for the client that's looking for me. The client that's looking to do the type of business that I'm doing, to help to do business development, business strategy, and molding and expansion, could be redefining their business, remodeling their business. I'm looking for the business-minded person that's looking for me. I wasn't looking for everyone in the market, because everyone is not my client. Everyone is not truly or about national principle. Let's take it. We have a lot of selfish, unconscious Moors. They're all about individualism because they was programmed into that. We cannot fault them for that. They are on that Darwinism, survival of the fittest. I'm gonna get mine, you get yours. You got to remember, we were programmed into that. You're not looking for them. You're looking for the person that's looking for you to be. You're looking for the person that's looking to help set the captives free. So that's what you're looking for. And that energy, once you open up that energy portal, trust me, you're gonna start attracting what you're looking for.
Islam.
Thank you for sharing.
Akira in the house.
Sister Akira.
Shut them down.
Islam.
Right. Tell us your story.
Well, we started our group a while back, and it was only 3 of us, and then it built to, I think we started off like 8, and then it dropped down to 3. And then we started meeting up here in my domicile, and we started building from there. So I was listening to the sister here in Colorado as well. I'm down with getting in the streets and talking to people. I'm down with that, and we can all meet up and we can do that, because that needs to be done. So
you in Denver? You at the you in the Moorish territory where the Denver Corporation operates, sister?
Yes, I'm in Aurora.
No, the other sister Akira that.
Oh, okay.
So you are in the, all right. So good. Y'all can exchange information.
I don't know if she may be in Colorado Springs. I'm not sure, but I'm in Aurora.
Islam, I'm in Capitol Hill borderline, downtown Denver, like smack dab in the center.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So y'all close.
So I'll exchange information with her, and we can take these streets. We're down with that.
How can they exchange information, Tamara?
They can put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
You can type it in chat directly to pronounce your appellation.
Yeah, let's make sure they.
Miley Shakur Bay.
Do you see the name, Akira?
Yes, I have.
Thank you,
all right,
Akira.
send a chat message directly to her.
There you go. There we go.
Yeah, and I've sent my number and my email already.
Yes, there you go. You have
See,
right there.
That energy flow.
Tamara just said it.
The energy will flow.
There you
I
go.
promise you, that was my mantra for years. I'm looking for the person who's looking for me. I'm looking for the business who's looking for me. And that's what actually that's I met Abdullah. So it works. Let me tell you, our magic works. We just have to know how to use it and when to use it. And so it definitely works. So we have Moto G Styles. I'm gonna lower your hand. You can present your question or statement, criticism, what have you. Let's talk.
Let's talk. Yep. Yes, bro.
Moto G. I think you said Moto. That's the label it's on here.
You there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right.
Oh,
yes.
All right. Well, what I'm saying is I'm thankful for the information that you guys have given because, I'm seeing a lot of different avenues I can use to help me grow my community. But I also want to say I've been basically meeting people at the bus stop, at the supermarket, like you said, out at the park. Just about everywhere I go, I'm meeting somebody. So I'll just pass it on, the information that I have. And
That's exactly now, sister.
Yes.
You have a brochure.
I'm going to create one now that I
All
see
right.
how to do
So
it.
that way you can you can build the population. All right.
I've been writing it on a piece of paper all this time.
Oh, yes, fine. All right. That's for now. But now you want to do a brochure so you can look
Yeah.
professional,
Yeah.
All right. Attract more people with your professionalism. All right. Good. Good. All right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. At the bus stop. See, she's presence. She's talking at the bus stop. We got to get out. We got to get out. I mean, a lot of it, and I said this last week and the week before, is effort. And I think these are great points here that we have on the board. So we want to help each other, guide each other along. How we can, So I said to Tamara, we need to have this type of session today. All right. Thank you for sharing. Questions? Continue. Let's go. Let's talk. Let's continue to talk.
And for all our very savvy computer gurus, one of the things that will be great is, when you create your website and things of that nature, you can have something as simple as when you get to that level, have your website, you can have something as simple as a business card, put your seal on one side and put your QR code on the other side. And that way, you don't have to print a whole bunch of them. You can print some, but as soon as they click on the QR code and it shows up in their favorites on there, tell them, hey, save that. Save that link. There you go. Take the time to have, go down, have them go at that time. Once you have the website up, you can have them go and put their contact information and register right then and there. But start passing out, you can even create QR codes, for the registry, and you can put those up, in the local library in your area, things of that nature. You can, that'd be a great something really good to do. Fun thing, a fun thing would do also. I know Pacola Kusarel, she's working on button. A button. People, we love them. So if you're doing a campaign and you want to pass out buttons, you may want to create a catchy slogan for that, and people will see that. That's why we gave out the picture. We want that picture to go out. Put your information, your contact information on that picture that we gave. Start giving that out. Print that picture out and start giving that out. Put your information to contact. You can go to Staples, Office Depot, Office Max, wherever, and print some labels on it and put a sticker on the back, your contact information. You can use that picture as your campaign and starts, giving that out to everyone. So when everyone's seeing this campaign and saying, let's unite, let's unite, let's unite, and it has your information on the back, it's all going to resonate. It's all about what's that quantum vibration. Once you start seeing the vibration of that and seeing it more and more and more, it's going to get attention. So please, use that imagery that was done. That's a beautiful imagery that was created for us to all to unite. Use it. Michael Armstrong, you want to present your question, statement, concern, criticism? Let's start.
Yes. I know I was a Moor years and years ago. I wasn't diligent. Now that I've come to the conclusion that we have to unite, I want to try to help as many brothers and sisters uplift. And I don't know where to start at. I'm working right now with my ex-consort, and we're really trying to get this on the ball. We want to really uplift. So with you guys helping us, hopefully we're gonna do this.
Hopefully we're here. We're here right now. We're here. We help. We're here now. We're here.
Yeah.
We're all here to help. So all right.
Well,
so what have you? All right. So what have you done so far? What struggles or that you've encountered? All right. We're here to help right now. That's what this is about.
Yeah, I talked to one young brother at the barber shop and brought to his attention who he was, and he took straight to it. He was surprised, but he was willing to accept the fact that he had more, and he then went out and signed up for his nationality and everything. So I mean, like I said, I don't have all the knowledge to help people, but I really want to help people.
All right. We're here, bro. We're here to help. All right. We're here to help. You have his contact information, right?
Right.
All right. You can give him the flyer of tonight's class.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm helping you right now.
Okay.
Have his contact information. Email him the flyer so he can participate as you are participating. All right. Because we give lessons.
Okay.
All right. So as I said to someone last week, we were on the phone. Sam and I were on the phone with a sister, and she was saying that she doesn't have the knowledge until she gets the knowledge. I said, sister, you don't have to wait until you get the knowledge to start sharing. Give them the flyer. Give them the flyer of the law classes, the grammar classes. Give them the flyer of the classes on Wednesday nights. That's what we're here for. You have classes, all right, so they can be part of learning as you're learning. This is why we have the Academy of Providence. This is why we have the classes on Wednesday night, the Wednesday night body politic classes. All right.
Okay.
So don't.
Yes.
So the help is here. You're part of. You're here tonight. The help is here.
Thank you very much.
My 8th session.
I appreciate.
I just want to kiss it. I just want to kiss it. All right.
Thank you.
Let's kiss it. You know what that means.
Okay, let's address some things because I know this could be, I'm glad you put this on here. Is it Fiera? L. I'm just going to read this. She stated, for me, I'm overwhelmed with the job. It has been hard for me to fully focus on the literature from the Saturday classes. The others that are with me do not have knowledge of what to do. Therefore, I feel lost as how to create a name for our body politic. Do we wait until we have more involved and then create a name and constitution? We have been speaking to Moors and hope to get them involved. I feel frustrated. Okay. Can I go forward with that?
Please, this is why we're having this tonight. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love it.
I'm sorry.
I love it. Go ahead, Tamara, do your thing.
Okay. Let's start with the first one. You feel overwhelmed with the job. I get it. We all do. Some of us have a little bit more flexibility, maybe in the jobs where, I think the best thing that happened was last year. Actually, it was the pandemic because it moved people. People think I'm crazy for saying that, but let's think about it. It moved people close. It moved people home. it was putting the home structure back together. People were now feeding their children as
True.
they should. They were being more, they had to now pay attention to their homework. Um, yes, they may have had to also do that in conjunction with working, but you know, it was creating a home model. It was putting the home model structure back in place. Now, I will say this as far as your job, that all that frustration comes from, I'm just going to keep it 100. It comes from lack of time management. There's only 24 hours in a day. So as a project manager, there's a rule called a third, a third, a third. If you're working a job, that's going to consume a third of your day.
Absolutely.
If you're you got to you use a third to sleep of the day. Now, what are you going to do with the other third? So you already have 2/3 of the day for sleep and work. So now the thing is, you have to manage the third. That's your domain to manage the third. So in project management, it's called time management. So now you have to look at, you have to begin with the end in mind of what your project is looking like. You have to write these things down, people. Get it out your head. Now I'm giving y'all some, I'm giving y'all some over $200,000 tricks, right? So what you have to do is get it out of your head. I know we like go to the dollar store. It's so simple. They got pens, a whole pack of pens. Abdullah love buying these darn pens. They got $10 pack of, they got a dollar pack of pens. You get 10 in there. Get a pack of pen. Get you a couple of composition. Start writing the process down. Start writing the 8 hours that you need to manage down. Okay, when I get off now, one thing I've learned in this movement, it will take over your health. Incorporate your health as being the number one. I had to learn that the hard way. Make sure you manage your health. So put that as top priority, because if your health is failing, you can't help anyone. That's just done deal. That's a wrap. Manage your health. That's number one. Number two, manage your household. That's nurse number two. Number three, now with that, you have some personal decisions to make. What is something that can be I wouldn't say placed on the back burner, but I would say more so as not as top priority. So you have to prioritize the things that you would like to get done, and you need to put a timeline of events on it. Abdullah, if you can erase that,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you some real cheap.
Absolutely. I'm ready.
I'm gonna give you some real cheap project management
I'm ready to
perspective.
work. Put me to work.
I'm sorry, I had a bad day, a couple of days. I've been dealing with migraines, so I'm not dressed to get in front of the camera today as I thought I would be.
All right.
Okay. Put this is a term
Is
in,
the header,
management.
is the header of what?
SWOT. Yeah, you can do it like that. SWOT. There we go. S stands for strength. This is your project. What is the strength of your project? W stand, go down next to it. Yeah. The weakness. What is the weakness of your project? O for opportunity. What is the opportunity of your project? T is threat. What is the threat of your project? Now, within each one of those, put it in brackets next to it. Put all that in brackets. No, the whole thing. Whole thing.
This in brackets.
Yeah, whole thing. No, the whole thing.
Oh,
from top to the bottom.
I got it.
From top to there you go. That whole thing's gonna have milestones and pitfalls underneath. Pitfalls. And completion. Now, I'm gonna send everyone a copy of my ebook I created about 10 years ago, and it's called See, Sow, and Grow. See, Sow, and Grow. So it goes into steps on how to see, sow, and grow. So we can take the same concept in business and utilize it to build our government structure. So look at when you're looking at what needs to be done, outline each area of its strength, its weakness, opportunity, and its threat. Now, it may seem like a lot of work. It's not a lot of work. Then you're going to look at the milestones within each one of them. The milestones, the pitfalls, and the completion. Everything has to be completed. If you're not completing something, you are not operating that, you are not managing that project, you're not managing your time properly. So when you don't see a completion, you're doing something wrong. Your completions must be set. How fast are you looking to complete something? Because this is what you call being focused. You must get focused. If focus is not there, you're gonna be all over the place. Head gonna be spinning like spin top. And you're gonna be having them Ally McBeal moments. I know we all on here old enough to know what that means. Our heads, we're gonna be having cartoons going on in our head because we're gonna feel like we have failed. And that's where the pitfalls come in, where you feel like you done fell in a hole and you can't get out the hole. But even within a pitfall, what opportunity can come up that will help you come out of that pitfall in a milestone of completion? Now, don't get the opportunity or the strength. There can be pitfalls and milestones in each and every category of strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. You must assess that. This is what corporations do every single day. This is planned out 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years. This is what they do in risk management project. This is what they do daily. They look at every single thing. So nothing is a surprise. That's why you don't see a lot of these corporate gurus. You do not see them sweat because this is what they do every single day. They're looking for the strength, the weakness, the opportunity, and threat. You best believe we are their number one threat. That's why everything is being managed and looked at. So there are ways they're trying to figure out how to neutralize us. That's why we have to get stronger and strengthen ourselves. We can't be a one-man band and then this person get knocked out and then, oh, there go your Messiah gone, and then your movement is killed. So these are some things to look at. And you can put this in you can go online and look at how you can set this up even on Excel spreadsheet. Like I said, you can put it down in your composition, your dollar composition from the dollar store. You must manage your time and be focused. Now, in regards to knowledge, the knowledge is attained by staying connected with the flow of information that's going out. Now, I tell anybody, I don't take I don't even take what Abdullah say for face value. I don't. You take it in, you go verify, validate, weigh it on the scale. If it's not verified and validated, guess what? You hold it to the side as a question mark, and then you continue to dig. You always be a digger of truth, a digger of understanding. Don't feel lost. Don't feel lost. This is not a overnight thing. You got to remember, this was a well laid out plan. This was they called the master switch. This was a master switch that was planned. When I can say, let's go all the way back to 1099. So with the siege of Jerusalem. So this well orchestrated master switch been going on of usurping us for a long time. So don't feel lost. Don't feel lost. But, then you got to remember our ancestors, they was something else, they did some brutal stuff. So we carried away to some of the carbon debt of that. It's not for you to name the body politic. The body politic is named through the breath of the body. So don't be pressed. It took us about over a year or 2 years before we named our body politic. Was it 2 years? It's about 2 years. It was about 2 years. Don't feel pressed with that. don't feel pressed with that, because once your body politic come in and you have the faithful few that's ready to go ahead and put the stake in and ready to get it going, it's gonna rise up like the phoenix out of the ashes. So don't put weight on trying to take the arm of banner, and because one person can't name the body politic, that's illegitimate. So yes, you have to wait. If you at war, you can't run out there on the battlefield by yourself. Wait for help. Wait for backup. And like you said, you're gonna be speaking to a lot of unconscious Moors out there, that even Moors who know they're Moors, and that's gonna be a threat as well. Because the ideology is gonna be there. So we just got to tighten the grip, stand firm, know who we are. Yeah. So I hope I answered your question.
You definitely spoke the holy breath.
It's in every last one of us. Yeah, I said, Elzara said, devote a small amount of time that you can keep a routine so people know when and where to find you. Let me tell you, absolutely. And when I say time, I mean time. Let me tell you. Now, Moors, y'all know y'all wrong for this. Some of these Moors out here will suck the living breath out of you. Do not allow that.
This
Do
is what I tell
not allow that. You must allow time to reground yourself. If you fall, you are no good. You're done. I'm telling you, I almost slipped. You're done. I'm not saying this out of just observing everyone. I'm saying this out of myself personally. I'm trying to run with some of the ones that's been running. And let me tell you, I don't care if you buy A6 Jordan, you can buy 10, whatever. They've been running a long time. I'm fresh breath and fresh wind. You have to rejuvenate yourself. So I do not. That's why I hope people don't think Tamara being mean, or I just cannot take calls on Saturday and Sunday. And I've already give that away. Saturday, half of my day to the school. On Sunday, I must regroup and rejuvenate. If not, my whole week could be shot. So I hope no one has ever been offended when I say, I'm sorry, I cannot take your call today. I must have time for me. And for me, it's like cleaning my house. I like to wash my clothes. I like to just go sit in the park, or sit in my car, or just lay in the bed and watch HGTV all Sunday. I like to sometimes just rejuvenate, reflect. Not saying we know everything is, we know they're not taking time out on keeping their foot on our necks. We know that. They're not taking time out. But if you're, just say a game, if you don't take your star players out the game to breathe, after a while the tides will change, right? And then the opponent to get their win, they're gonna come back and start stomping on your. So you got to get your fresh win. You must get your fresh win.
So true.
Yeah. So don't try to be all things to all people. Focus on your strength and the outsource. Absolutely. If you're not a whiz or something, oh my God. Say that again, Sophia. If you're not a whiz at something, outsource that project and move on to what you are best. Let me tell you.
Right.
Let me tell you. You cannot be the guru of all things. One thing I can say about Abdul and Shem, they do what they do. They stay in their lane. I stay in my lane. We don't get it mixed up. We don't move over fast. I don't move over fast. But sometimes as I'm behind the scenes producing things, I provide guidance for just proper flow. And I say, hey, let's look at this, let's put this, let's move this here, move this there. It's almost just like a production, but I do not step in their lanes. I do not try to go into uncharted territories of understanding international law, because I am still a student myself in that area. You're absolutely right, Sahira Lee. Yes, outsource what you don't know, because guess what? It will make things run smoother and you'll continue to run faster. right, so anyone else have any more questions, concerns, criticism?
Islam.
Islam.
Well, we this week we went out and cut a yard. Well, a yard and a lot next to it. It was
Downstairs.
abandoned. We we plan on, well, we're trying to get our flag together. So next time we go out, we can have shirts all together, and we want to have a barbecue at a park. I believe I think we agreed on June 19th or June 20th. But we do have, it's not really a concern, but we have a question about Albion's joining. And I know if the Moors is the mother of all bloodlines, so we're just amalgamated Moors. I don't really see an issue with it, but I wanted a little clarification on that if possible.
You wanna address that? Well, you want to talk about educating them as to who we are and educating them as to who they are, and see if they want to help facilitate the education of our people. You know, Moors and Masonry is a good source for the Albions to educate them as to who they are. All right, understanding the because you're talking about a political conflict, a political, because you're looking at wars. All right, now you're talking about now nationalization, because they would not be nationalized, they would be naturalized into Moorish government, Moorish government. But then they would have to renounce their allegiance. They would have so you're talking about renouncing their allegiance and protection under the United States Constitution. So you want to make them aware of what they're getting into. You have to expand to articulate the jurisdictional issue, the history. What is naturalization? Right, because they have a political structure. You know the so you they have a constitution. They have protection. So your question, not so the question you would raise to them is, what are they seeking to gain? What are they seeking to gain? Because their position, they hold all the marbles right now. They're the beneficiaries of our birthright theft. Like, you ain't benefiting. Yeah. So they're the benefiting. So that we need to be honest upfront about the political climate, about who we are and who they are. We are the native people of the land. They're pilgrims. So you need to be upfront. Don't sugarcoat anything. Be upfront as to who they are and as to who we are. Moors and Masonry will help you with that. All right. I trust I was helpful with that. Because you don't want to just bring Albions on and not tell them what the state of affairs are. They, you, all right, they're going to be helping you, the body politic, bring our people out of darkness. Let's be clear on that. Let's be clear. All right. I mean, you got to articulate that to them. You clear? You there?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Are you clear? I didn't. I asked the question.
Well, like I said, it's not something that has happened.
No, no.
We
Hold
haven't
on,
had
hold
it.
on,
I'll
hold on,
be out there wanted to.
hold on. Before I ask you a question, are you clear on what I said?
Yeah, yes, I'm clear
Oh,
on like,
shit, I
what
didn't
you
hear that.
said
I didn't hear yes. I didn't hear
about
yes. All right.
being a national in between nationalization. Yes, I understand that, and they have their own constitution and all that. Like I
Yeah.
said, it was just a conversation amongst the group, and I just wanted some clarity.
All right. Another question, comment, criticism, concern.
Yes, can you hear me?
That's Akeem. Oh yes, I can hear you.
This is James Bay. Um, as far as the amalgamated Moors or Albions, here's the thing. You have some of us that have created children and gotten into relationships and marriage and all of this, and then you have your secret societies. In one of the even in one of the books, Masonic books, it states nationality and all of that, and everybody have a nationality. If you mess around and don't honor your nationality, just because if you don't honor yours, that doesn't mean that they're not going to honor theirs. If they're back against the wall, and if you're stateless and they have a state, and most of your what you perceive as a state goes to them, is only because you gave it away by default. So don't think just because they attempt to help you or even not help you that they're not aware of the nationality. They are well aware.
Yeah, go ahead, Shem. Put your mic on.
Yes, let me liberate. I want to elaborate on what you said about default. Professor Abdul made me a great listener. Thank you. They did not default. What happened was there was called an art of war through language, through apartheid that oppressed us. Not weapons of mass destruction, language, military strategy with language, indoctrination. You can't default a man or woman if they don't have knowledge of a claim or a possession right to inheritance. So I just want to make that clear. You understand what I'm saying here? Because you don't want to say nothing like our people just gave it up. The people now and the people generated before. You understand?
Right.
Okay. Go ahead, Tamara. Next. Anything else? Anybody else that want to talk about their experience or what they can do or what they think they can do or what we're not doing that we can bring our people around to a population, permanent population, so we can assemble together and run these governments?
Peace. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Peace. I'm Shin. I had a question in reference to I went to work for a place, I'd say about a year ago, and they basically sent me through the ringer. I bring up the treaties, and I gave them my nationality card or whatnot, and I went through the process, and then I think there's always there seems to be there's always something. Some people are concerned about the identification, and some people are concerned about the fact that the social security number issued to us. In any event, I ended up taking them to. I ended up filing a claim with the Equal Employment. I think it's the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and I went through all the process, and it took about 6 months. And then when I went through the interview process, and the guy from the Department of Justice, they did the phone interview or whatnot. And one of the things that he said which it took me, I immediately thought of, if I'm not mistaken, it is, what is it? The Act of Algiers, 1906, when it says the United States doesn't have jurisdiction to hear cases concerning Moroccan Moors and pertaining to English subjects. So he told me that during the interview process, and he asked me after it was all said and done, oh, how would I like to proceed? And so I told him to go. I wanted them to put them on notice more so than anything, but I didn't want to put myself or anybody else from the nation coming behind me. I didn't want to put anybody else in a situation where they were going to be making calls or have an opinion on something that doesn't even pertain to them. So I just let it drop. And so I don't, so I didn't proceed any further. So what can one do?
Okay.
As far as if you want to hold somebody, hold people accountable for violating your rights in this particular climate, or because of the lack of structure, or we just kind of eat bite the bullet. Does that make sense?
No, you know what you see, when you say bite the bullet, that means you become a refugee. You fear, you intimidated. Mean you're not going to ask for the protection of your country, your motherland, which is the flag. Abdullah said, wrap yourself in the flag. Now let me go back and explain to you. Now you got a piece of what we were saying. They can't make any decisions. See, the head of the state of the United States government cannot opinionate it, neither can the courts. Now let me explain what happens. This is why Professor Abdullah right, government structure is very important. And why? Because governments deal with other governments when it comes to the Social Security Administration, to Social Security agreements. That's a national agreement. That's an agreement between two sovereign powers on how nationals or citizens coming across each other borders or cross jurisdictional lines and territorial lines come together in dealing with the benefits they got under a name, a trust, attached to a trust. So he know that governments have central banks and they have a minister of finance. When you're dealing with finance or commerce or economics in another foreign political jurisdiction, you have to have the consul go do the business because he's appointed or she's appointed and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Now, let me explain what I mean. The reason why the consul is the one that take care of the arrangement for the government verifying on your behalf as the guarantor and co-trustee, the government stands behind you. Now, when you say that, how do you bring a claim? One nation bring a claim against another nation, and as being a population assembling, forming a government under a flag of a pre-existing sovereign. When that happens, that government has the authority to go to the world court as a government, state, or nation under their empire, which is the flag, the signature of these treaties. They have a right now to go to the international court to say, hey, this is a violation of the treaty. And the courts can only regulate the four corners of the treaty, nothing else. United States cannot make any decisions. Now, I have to go into this and open this up to you. United States are nothing but provincial colonies. They are subsidiary, like Abdullah say. They only operating as provincial colonies under the lordships of the esquires that have been granted lordships by the crown and approval by the privacy council. So you guys know what's going on here. United States don't have a flag. They came under provincial colony flag that existed already with the white, red, and blue with stars. This can be proven. This is why it's not patented in their constitution. So you can't do nothing individual. What you can do is get your individual affairs together with your assets and ask the government and wrap it up and go put it in body under this flag for the protector. So that means when you go into it, when you go and do business from your entity that is foreign, the entity is foreign because the creature is foreign through blood pedigree and status. Therefore, the status is endowed on the entity that's created through the intellectual property of the Moor. So when you bring in a complaint, you have to go to the consul, French, Spanish, or British consul, and file your complaint through the consul. Your consul go to them. When a complaint is filed, then it goes to a letter rogatory, we demand judicial assistance based on the treaty. Now, the violation that happened, you got to be addressed. But see, the problem is not only happening to you, it's happening to a million or more, millions and millions of more. So we got to address it through a political structure. This thing is real big. This thing is, everybody getting raped. I got raped. Tama got raped. Abdullah got raped. What happened is, through the illumination of the Ethereans, we've been enlightened down with the knowledge to get our people out of this situation. We can't turn back now. There's no turning back. We're all in this together. Sacrifice and suffering got to be done. We're all in this together. You understand, nobles?
Understood.
Lord,
Understood.
okay. I take
May I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
This is Brother Akeem. How's everyone doing? Sisters, nobles, and lords. So my question really kind of piggybacked off the brother that was just talking when he had mentioned he had filed a claim and he was in his mother's protection. He had the flag with him. So just for clarity purposes and everyone that's listening, if we're in a situation to where our employment is on the line, and of course, we're in the process of setting up the Moorish body politics amongst our communities. But if our livelihoods are threatened because we're declaring our nationality through employment processes and so forth, we would petition not the EEOC, but like as you said, we would file our claims with the British, Spanish, or French consul to bring forth a claim against those British dominions that are infringing on our rights.
Well, this in a civil and in criminal, you can be a defendant. Now, a defendant, the Moroccan court has original jurisdiction on any criminal and civil dispute. This is not just in the 1856 treaty. This is made clear in the Day Treaty that the Day had the jurisdiction here all disputes. United States is not ignorant to this matter. The Moors never relinquished jurisdiction. The problem is the associated bands and groups, the Indians, has allowed the Europeans to come in and become a subject to them, not the Moors. Indians are carbonated Moors too, but operating under racism. They let them label them and take the rights, the status that they have that the Moors gave them. They waived the status by letting Europeans write them in the treaty as subjects. So you see, even in that, there's still protection, because the fact of the matter is, if you go to the international court and say, well, you use the word Indian, then the international court can derive decision from etymology of what Indian mean. I mean, what was an Indian before the Europeans signed a treaty with an Indian? What was they? The associated bands of the Moors. Now, the next thing is, what are they? They still Moors because they're melanin carbonated people. So the Moors treaties protect them too, because they're operating in what? The Moroccan dominion. They don't know this though. That's why we got to get our house together so we can straighten everything else out. With our house not being together, we can't straighten that out. So to answer your question, and if your job is on the line, I'm not going to tell no more not to help himself. I wouldn't do that. What I'll tell you is, don't go out there trying to jump off a tall building with a kite. Be ready. Start playing that sandbox, be ready. That's all I'm going to tell you. Don't just go and try to do something. Go to the Moors that have somewhat of a political structure. At least some kind of structure, so you can't find none. So what you have to do is you will have to come to us, the society, the caucus. I'm not trying, because the caucus are more mature, us. and how to handle that matter. At least we got some form of a body, civics put together, political body. We'll come up with something right away and work on your behalf to get it out of that court, out of that agency, out of the federal court. Now we'll leave it open where they'll have to find where our Moorish original jurisdictional judge or head of state. So we have a head of state of the society that can operate for you right now because a lot of you don't have it together yet. So it's a way to do it. You just can't be rushing. You can't jump out there with a kite. You got to make sure you got a parachute. And you got to make sure when you're jumping out at, you're safe landing. And the plane you're jumping out is safe landing. And when you land, somebody be there to rescue you. Next question. Come on, let's go on. We got, like Professor Abdullah say, we here. Let's put all our cards on the table. We helping each other. Ain't nobody above nobody. Believe me. And none of us can do nothing without our people. Abdullah said downstairs, I want you to hear this. Abdullah said downstairs, they are educating the people in political structure. I said, you know what? He's right. They teach political structure because I've been the student body. They teach you about the Constitution. They teach you about what bills, writing bills. They didn't even have a movie, a video. Yes, I'm only a bill. I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Come on now. Shrews Rock. So these people are teaching, are indoctrinating our Moors into political structure, but here go how it go. You're not from here. You came from they put you here to force. So now you're thinking that this is not my motherland, the continent of Africa. No gods know where you at in Africa, but they are Moors down the same blood pedigree we got, but we got a status here, right here in our motherland, a domicile under this flag. Don't get rid of that. That's the problem we got. We've been indoctrinated to think that it's not our land, so what we do is we become members on a vessel of a seaboard on a vessel on an amity. Now we on a vessel now, we become members, residents of the state. You can't be under the public guaranteed government. The Dred Scott say no Negro Afro-American, Negro, black, and colored cannot be part of the Republican guaranteed government. Why? Because the lordships, the esquires that's granted lordships don't want nobody that don't have a nationality or not part of have a country. So what's the problem here now? We got a problem here now. How are you able to vote and do all these people? Simple, easy, indoctrination, falls in the conveyed language, and then they teach you about democracy. What you mean? That is another status of government operating secretly behind a veil, using the Constitution as their veil. But their democracy, under that, you can be a refugee, a schizophrenic, or anything under that. They accept you as you is. As long as you vote and say you're a population of them, so they can get this from you. Use your surety. So we're here for you. We just got to make sure when you have this problem, just remember when you sit down with us, you got to be able to meet all the needs that the society say you got to meet. So if you talk to Tamara and she said, this is what you got to do, this is what we're going to need, we'll work by finance later on, but this is what you need up front, we can do this and that. You got to work. Government ain't going to do that for you without some services. And every government, everybody get what? They get paid, they get commission. So if you need, a lot of Moors need help, they don't know how to get help. And you know the one fair thing I seen with my own eyes, I seen a lot of Moors that claim they're conscious like to go out there and exploit their brothers and sisters for money. They'll listen. They go out there. I got a recipe. I got a patent. I got the patent. Nobody can use it. I got the remedy. And you sell your brothers and sisters down the drain. They sit in that Homeland Security, give a cardiac arrest and crying, going to jail, their family broken up and can't get themselves out of jail. I'm a grand sheik, I'm a counsel. I'm a sheik, you in jail with no immunity. Something wrong with that picture. Let's stop using our people. Listen, you know what you got to do out there, do it. Professor Abdul and Tam explaining to you, do it. Don't make no excuses. The Jehovah Witness been doing this in the wintertime, summer, always. They go knock on the door, and believe me, they get results. They ain't got no buildings for nothing. They got congregation members. How they get it? Going out, talking to people, making them feel good. Say, you know, you can come to our meeting. We have a cookout. They bring the people there and say, oh, you know, we got people here that got degrees. You know, you can come here. We got a little art school going on. We got a little knowledge of trade school going on. They offer the people something, intern, to draw them in, and they get them. Unfortunately, they can't protect the people. The churches can't protect them. The mosques here are not protecting the people. The church is not protecting the people. Neither is the synagogues. They all incorporated themselves in wave status. They wave the most greatest jurisdiction, religious jurisdiction you got is through religion and divinity, and it gives it up. They incorporate themselves, and you can't protect the people. Now they left out there. No, we got to do what the state do. See, they say the scriptures say obey the law of the land. They say obey the culture of the land. That's what law means. You don't know what's going on. He don't teach that. They rip you off. They steal you. They see our people. See, everywhere you look at, it's bad. It's the Europeans are using the education system. This the brainwash us to look through their way, their structure. But we got Moors claiming to see. They claim to see. They claim to have knowledge, be illuminated. And they are the ones that teaching these wrong and bad concepts that's turning people. The Moors are like this, spearheaded. That's not working. Listen, Professor Abdullah said it right. Let's look back 200 years or more. Show me a society or body of people that's helping the people now like this. Now, he's right. Don't tell me your mouth. Let me see your work. Let me see test me the evidence. I want to see the evidence. Stop talking to me. Show me the evidence, then we can talk. Can't show it, then be quiet. And let us help our people the way we got to help them. Professor Abdullah, you can take it back over. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Tariq's iPhone, you have the, I guess, next to the last question or the last question.
Okay, Islam. I was thinking about forming a. Well, my question is, could forming a trust for your family be utilized in establishing like a tribal government for your family to maybe bypass a lot of family pushback?
That's where it starts.
Just establishing them as beneficiaries, and then
let me say something.
Yeah.
So you understand the reason why the cosmos, celestial, when the mother of the cosmos have show forth the wisdom and knowledge in shapes, body, figures, and forms to carve out and to deal with revelation with us on the earth. We have the seers that receive this. That is the trust. The covenants are the trust. Because in the covenant explained by land, territory, rights. I'm gonna talk about Deuteronomy. Don't move your brother rights. Don't take your neighbor so-and-so. That is a trust. It talks about your estate, talks about being poor, talks about a treasury, talks about bartering and trading. That is the trust. So when a family, when a house creates its own trust, it is dealing with its own private assets and property. And what protects that is when it's dealing with all these political jurisdictions is alienation, meaning that whatever you use to do is you're doing it next to or even in a occupying sovereign through treaty. So therefore, whatever house, furniture, your body, anything, papers or anything, you are protected as an alienation. You're not bound to warrants of that government. You're only bound to the legislative authority that exists before they ceded the territorial jurisdiction to the foreign powers.
Well, we're going to get into that because what we're going to do, we're going to do a two-part. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to start with the Constitution framework, or we're going to do a side-by-side analysis of the Constitution framework and Ecclesiastic. I think we should do them simultaneously, so that way the body of Moors can make a decision, because some people feel that I may be stronger in ecclesiastical model, and then as I connect with other body of Moors, then I can get, we can come together in unity and form, go from ecclesiastical to a social trust, of a society. So what do you think will be the best method for us to do a side-by-side comparative of the operations of the social trust in relationship to the ecclesiastical
Well,
model?
the condition that we're in, Tamara, you're right. I think it would be better if we go over a ecclesiastical trust, because remember, a lot of our people really deep down inside are spiritual. They just been turned the wrong way. They have to be turned back.
Okay, so we're gonna do that one first.
Yes, that would be better, because that
Okay.
that would be able to allow, if they have 4 or 5 or 6 people, it would able to allow them to operate based on the code, the covenant, and they don't need a whole big population right now. We have a crisis now. Yes, we can do that. And I'll get the one up, and what we do is we'll go over it. Now you make your determination. We'll talk about Tamara, we're gonna arrange how you, if you like it, we'll arrange how you can get it, and she'll have it set up how you can get it. Tamara will take care of all that. I let Tamara take care of that. Well, what I'm gonna say? Hey, what you want me to say? I'm not good at that. I said I let her take care of that.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Like,
Hey.
you got that. Okay.
Yes, got our back. That's right.
iPhone, is that you, T? Is that you, T?
This is James.
Oh, that's you, James.
Yes, I just had a quick question. What do you think the projected release date for the collective governments in their territories altogether, as far as launching fully, as far as a site where all of them are associated, where you can pretty much plug and play. You can look at it and look at each territory and know who's who and what's what, as far as contact, email information, and far as communication with each other.
When you and Terrence put it on the internet? Was that easy? Did I kiss it? Terrence, you and Terrence, y'all can pull the report, because remember we created the form where the various body politics will submit their constitution, flag, seal, bylaws, and it has all the demographic information in there as well. So when you and Terrence run the report and create and go into the website and create it on the page to populate, that's when it'll be out there.
You got it.
I told y'all I wasn't doing that.
Let me add another thing to the question so you can understand. See, as time goes along, we're going to create our own maps. That way, when we do our own postal zones, we'll be able to deliver the mail based on our maps.
No, what? Yeah, I know what you're saying. No, what he's talking about is the geo mapping that gives the longitude, latitude of the various Moorish body politics. Yeah, so you know, once they pull the report and create the page, where I think it's a page already. I think Terrence may have already have a placeholder for the page on there. So, but now once the report, we have one body politic who submitted theirs, but 2 submitted theirs by mail. So what we can do is populate that into the system, so it can be in there as well, and we can go from there. So I can hand that in for Terrence when you get here Saturday. I make sure you receive that information. So those body politics that submitted theirs by mail can go ahead and be geo-populated on the website.
Okay.
So that way the people would have already known that there are Moors in the Colorado jurisdiction already operating. So now, you know, so they'll be able to see that moving forward.
Okay. I see we have about 2 more minutes. I just want to put something out there that might be of help. Something I learned, a website I learned a few years ago was meetup.com, where you can actually create like a meeting spot. You know, you could be in a coffee shop, you know, Dunkin' Donuts or wherever.
Oh yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah, I remember Meetup. Yeah.
Yes. So you can actually create meetups. Like, I mean, you set a time, you know, for every Tuesday or whatever it is. The
Now,
first day you go there.
Black people meet. We ain't trying to make dates and.
Oh no. I actually used that when I was into, you know, the real estate thing, and you know, people would have those real estate type meetings. So that's how I kind of learned about that. So that's another good tool that that could be used as well.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
G5, yes, you have the last question.
Um, what about people? Greetings. I am Netaru. What about people who got deported from not colloquially North America back into the back here in the islands? What can we do to come back?
The people who he said, what can we do about the ones who've been deported?
Yeah, back to
Deported
Atlantis.
back to where?
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Atlantis Islands.
Atlantis Islands. So the adjoining islands, but still a part of America's, a Mexican. So what can we do about that? That requires political structure. That requires political structure
say the same
because
thing.
that's in the treaties. The treaties indicates
say the
that.
same thing.
What treaty is that? Treaty of Peace and Friendship talks about that a nation can hold someone to your nation come and receive you. Is that Treaty of Peace and Friendship?
They-
Or was that the Act of Algiers? I'm gonna look it up. I hate being stumped like this.
That's fine.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the 18. It may be the 1856 Act of Algiers. It distinctively states in there that a nation can hold, like if there's a breach of, civil moral conduct or things of that nature, civil, criminal things, that another nation can hold someone of a foreign nation until your nation comes to receive that person. So the Moorish nation has fallen. She's fallen, and she get back up by the people. So until the people raise up and be in a position of governing themselves, create the stable political community. Until we get to that point, unfortunately, we have a lot of POWs. We have POWs that's right here in their own land, refugee on their own land. And they call them prisons, they call them detention centers, but they're POW camps. Until the nation, no, sir, seriously, they're POW camps until the nation can be able to speak on the behalf of the issue. Um, we have Moors who've been, like you stated, been deported uh, to just another area that's still in the Morocco jurisdiction. So people have naturalized themselves. They say, "Oh, I'm from Jamaica, and I had to go through naturalization." Well, they're gonna have to get back home to Morocco. You know, so that falls up under the Refugee Act. They have to come back home. So until the nation rise up, and be able to speak on behalf of those are ones who've been captured by mind and body, mind and body, mind. So the ones who of the knowledge of this, that should make us work even harder. It shouldn't take, it took the Ashkenazis, the Khazarians, it took them 35 years to create their political status. And now they have what you call Israel. It took the Iroquois 40 years to come to unite and confederate. I hope it don't take us that long to realize, because we are in dire strait, and it doesn't take millions of us to do that. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do. I know we need commerce, we need education facilities, we need a lot of things. We need everything that we see. Everything that we see on our land, we need it. Just duplicate it and put the flag of Morocco. We need that. We need our Silk Road back. We need our be able to negotiate and be at the table. We need that, but then we can't do that if we don't do what we need to do. You have to have a competent legislative body to raise her back up. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, you did. Thanks.
To adjourn.
I can't hear you.
Mic on.
The grammar course. The grammar course. I don't have the flyer. Yes, I do on the hooked on grammar 201. Hooked on Grammar 201.
12 weeks online course, June the
yes,
17th to
do that.
September the 2nd, 2021. Every Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hooked on Grammar 201. About the program, the instructor is Abdullah El Talib Mosley Bey. The 12-week course is designed to aid students in improving their reading. Reading means to comprehend, and writing skills by teaching students how to write and analyze noun, adjective, and adverbial clauses. Through this intensive study, students will be able to read long sentences in treaties, agreements, conventions, and other lawful instructions, as well as books written in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, and early 1900s. So enroll now. Class starting soon, June the 17th. Enroll now. Go to UnitedRepublicaofMorocco.com. Click on Academy of Providence tab. We offer quick teacher access, easy tools and resources, fun learning courses, certificate of completion, learning videos. All the videos are recorded and archived for future use in order to be able to teach someone else. Each one, reach one, teach one. So enroll now, June the 12th, June the 17th to September the 2nd, every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hooked on Grammar 201.
You heard it. We'll see y'all on Saturday. See most of y'all on Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the 6th class of the Juris 201 course. And we'll be back here on Wednesday. All right. We'll get down business with the Constitution. We'll deal with the ecclesiastical society structure. All right, first. All right. And we'll do that for about, I guess, a couple months. And then we go into parliamentary procedure and legislative, legislation, parliamentary procedure and legislation. All right. All right. Thank you. So thank you again for your great comments and your participation. So see you on Saturday and see you next Wednesday.
And Sorhai, email UnitedRepublicMorocco.com. I see you have a lot of information going on in chat. Go to the website and email us so we can see what's going on. It looks like you have a lot going on. So email at UnitedRepublicaofMorocco.com and send the email. You'll see the email on there. It's at UnitedRepublicaofMorocco@protonmail.com. So you go on the website, you'll see how you can email and contact us, and we can we'll be able to dialogue with you. I see you have a lot going on. Don't want to dismiss what you're putting out there. So please send us an email. Thank you everyone for your time. Let's get busy. Let's grow, see, sow, and grow. I'll send you that. Have a good evening.
Islam, peace. Islam, peace.
Islam, peace.
Islam.